Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 1. Let's just get into it. No short talk. No. Let's get into it. Who's gonna check me, boo? Is the title of this episode. It's getting kind of whack. But it's okay because we're excited. I am excited to have Real Housewives of Atlanta back on air. Love and Marriage Huntsville wasn't doing it for me. DC was just not enough for me. This is my home state. I love these ladies. This, like, when I was just watching this, I'm just saying how much this franchise is just like one of the best franchises on this, network. So whatever. We get into it. Sheree pops it off. Of course, Sheree pops it off with Martell. Why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she pop off season 15, episode 1 without Martell? Why wouldn't she? So Sheree, we know she looks amazing. The body is bodying very much so in those tights. Sheree knows the body is bodying. She knows. She puts this together very, very nicely, so we can see that the body. Sheree, what gets me about the She by Sheree is because it looks good on you, but when it comes to you being a businesswoman about the, merchandise is not make sense, So it looks good on her. She looks amazing until she opens the door, and this is Martell walking in the door. We all knew that this was coming, but it's just like, he's not being arrogant, but his just whole aura is just so cocky and arrogant. It's like, I'm on this show, and it's just like, what are you doing here? You don't belong. Like, can you please go back to Huntsville, Alabama, Martell? Like, I was just like, we really doing this? Like, I've seen the previews, but I don't know why I was just so still stunned. Like, we're really doing this. Okay. Okay. So, okay. I can't. We're going to get off Martell for a minute. The chef comes in. Before we get off Martell, so the chef comes in. Jessica's the chef. She's fixing them seafood egg rolls, which sounds really good. Of course, Sheree's house and kitchen looks amazing. It looks amazing. So the chef comes in. Martell is getting dressed. Sheree says something about he alludes Big D energy. That's all. That's it. That's all. So he pulling up his pants or whatever. I guess he's changing clothes, and he come back in and he see the chef, and he was saying how he thought it was going to be another surprise. Like, when he seen the chef at the door, he was saying to himself, like, already this early or whatever. So Sheree finds it wise to, come back with a comment saying, my ex-husband wanted to do a threesome, but we didn't get to that, and he ended up doing it with someone else. Why do we care that Bob did it with someone else, Sheree? Like, Martell literally thought y'all was gonna have a threesome. He thought when he seen the lady that was his first thought when he seen this lady at the door. And you expect us to think Martell is a different person with you. I really think that some of the housewives and some of these franchises think that the audience is just like, boo boo the fool. Whatever. I was just thinking to myself the whole time I'm just watching Sheree. I'm just like, Ariane, please don't, like, please know your limit. You can try that with Melanie all day, but when we talking about Sheree, this is a different ball game. Do you see this lady? This lady is in her like 40s, almost 50s, isn't she? I don't know, but back off, Ariane, please. It's this. Okay. So in the next scene, we talk about Candy, Dawn, and Carmen is all together. The group is back together. Candy Coded Click, whatever it was. They're all back together. They're reminiscing about the group being back. They're all having a discussion about Sheree, and Candy's explaining how she really didn't want to take, the advice that she was giving Sheree about the business. Sheree was making it seem, oh, she got people, she's hiring people, but when in reality she barely wants to pay people, and this is why the clothing line is doing and did what it did. But okay, so I think Sheree is trying to be combative in a way. Like, Sheree doesn't make sense. Just, ma'am, just let it go. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So Kenya and Mayetta join. Carmen ends up leaving. They all get together, and what I found odd is when Mayetta arrived, I never thought that Mayetta wasn't defending Candy or was defending Marlo when she was talking to Marlo last season. Like, I never, Mayetta barely said 2 words last season. So what I gathered from when they was sitting around at the pool, I didn't get that what Mayetta was saying was, not defending Candy or going at Candy or making it seem like she's not taking up for her friend in a way. So I really don't have no clue why Candy is what could or would be upset with Mayetta in any way. And Mayetta is already apologizing, like, oh, Candy, if you felt that way, I'm sorry. She had no reason to feel that way because you didn't say nothing. So why are you already apologizing? Mayetta, don't start being no Candy, on Candy toes, please. Please. I like you, girl. So, girl, I personally didn't think that it was anything that made me look at Mayetta in a way like, girl, Candy, your friend. You talking about Marlo. You talking about it with Marlo. Like, Candy, that never popped up in my head when Mayetta was talking to Marlo last season. So I was definitely confused. But we go on to talk about how Kenya and Mayetta introduced Kenya to Roy, I guess his name is, and he is a Caucasian man. Kenya is just raving about how handsome he is, how much he makes her laugh. Their time together, how she is separated from her husband, and she is this black Barbie that can't be single for too long. It's just this thing with Mark is so crazy to me. You never know how life is gonna go, but it just seems like you are really going through this with Mark. That is crazy to me. Like, y'all still not divorced. That is crazy to me. But Kenya, I wonder if she's gonna talk about it any this season. Because why is it taking so long? That's so confusing to me. They end up showing Candy's KFC commercial. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was everything. I thought it was so dope how she could take this concept of, seeing Marlo in that airport when they was coming back from the trip last season, and she had Kentucky Fried Chicken, and that's how she kind of made amends with her and flipped that and turned that into a commercial. That's some... You can say what you want about Candy. You can say what you want about Candy. You can say what you want about Candy. So Kenya goes to say, as they sitting there talking, she was like, why would I talk to Martell? Any woman that messes with Martell, comes back pregnant, and she said something of the nature of Sheree will be fine because she's done having periods, so she don't have to worry about that. I said, baby, the shade, baby. What? Can you said that, girl? The shade, baby. The shade, I was baby. Cracking up when Kenya said that. Oh, she was wrong for that. She was wrong, but it was good. It was good. It was good. She was wrong, but it was good. Candy discusses the issues with Todd. So now Todd is at a point where he has a lot on his plate, and he's making movies and doing all of this. Well, in the midst of this, Candy is getting calls from her son Ace, just about how he wants his mom there more, and Candy is just not as around or present as much as she would want to be. So we see that, but now we see Todd and his issues where he got all this stuff going on. He wants Candy to be an executive producer on his movies, and he wants to feel like I've been helping you with all your endeavors, and now I feel like I want to follow my dream and I need your help. And yeah, but this lady already got her small kids not complaining. Of course, kids won't be sitting there complaining, but just like voicing that they want their mom to spend more time with them. But no, you feel something in yourself that you want to take on all this work right now at this moment and this time, and feel like she should just stop what she's doing, which she clearly has a whole plate of her own. Like, I just think that's lame. I think Todd probably listens to what people say about him, like call him Todd Burris, and I think that gets to him, and I think that's why he got all these movies going on, got all this stuff on his plate. I just think it's lame, especially when the kids are involved and want to spend more time with their mom. Like, that's crazy. So now we move on to Sonya and her packed, like some, I ain't even gonna say what I want to say, but we get to Sonya and her whole family at her whole house. Sonya and her sister and her husband and their 2 kids. And Sonya has her son and her husband. Then you have Sonya's mom and her dad all in one home. So now the issue with, what Sonya has going on is, her brother-in-law had trouble with, really taking off in the real estate industry here in Atlanta since they have moved here. So Sonya, being the sister that she is, offered to give him a job being her assistant. Now, that job being her assistant comes with a little bit more when you stay with your boss, of course. I did at first. I was like, okay, I'm jumping ahead. So the sister feels like there should be boundaries, the way they parent. I feel like when it comes to the way you all parent, like if Sonya is saying, hey guys, you want to go outside and this is the appointed dinner time, like this is her house. The way you want to raise your kids and bring your kids up and the rules you want to make, you got to do that in your own home. Now when it comes, bringing it back. Now when it comes to Sonya and the brother-in-law and not having boundaries, I can see where that can get sticky. Because you can clock out of your job. Like, you can be off. You can have your days off with your boss, even as an assistant. Now, where you live with your boss, it can be kind of sticky because your boss is always there. So it seems like a 24-hour around-the-clock type of job. So I can understand it with that. Like, Sonya, you should probably pull back a little bit. But other than that, Sonya's sister, baby, when it comes to parenting your kids, you have to do that under your own roof, and that's my opinion. That's just my opinion. That's just me. That's just me. But Sonya goes to explaining how she is throwing her husband a Harlem Nights theme party, and she is getting this all together. But yeah. And then another thing to piggyback off of what I said about, Sonya and her family's dynamic and her sister. It seems like Sonya has been the breadwinner and has been the celebrity of the family for a while, and the family, being taken care of kind of consists of making Sonya the best she can be. So I can understand both sides. I can understand how it can be tricky on both sides. I can understand how both parties can feel the way they feel. But when it comes to the kid part and how you raise your kids, I think it's different. Moving right along. So, Todd is making a movie while Candy is having, dinner time with the kids. Todd doesn't want to get up from the movie. Candy keeps telling him, Todd, this is family time. You can call him back. Todd finally says it, and then the person on the other end ends up telling Todd, let's go through one last scene or whatever. And he said, okay, let's go through one last scene. Todd, I don't know what's getting into you. I don't know what this work ethic has. I'm pretty sure Todd has always had a great work ethic, as we have seen. He's always been working. But this whole, 3 to 4 movies on, or however many movies you have, it seems like a lot on your plate. Putting that on your wife's plate, putting that on your kids' plate, it all trickles down. So I just hope you know what you're doing, Todd. I just hope you know what you're doing, boo. So we cut over to Marlo. When I say Marlo, Curly Bob was cute. So cute. I loved everything about it. It was so cute. So Marlo is with the boys. They are all together. The life coach, Miss Sharon, comes over, just helping Marlo through the process of, gentle parenting and communicating better with the boys. And we're seeing a lot of that. Marlo does seem scripted. It does seem like sit right here, stay right here, say this, move like this. This is what we're going to say when the camera come on. So how we going to laugh? What joke we going to make? It does seem like that with Marlo. It does. I like watching Marlo and the boys, but at the same time, I can understand what people say, how you just can't really take it for what it is for Marlo. I didn't even write a lot of notes because I was just I like seeing it, but it's just you got to take it with a grain of salt with Marlo, because you just it just seemed so not robotic, not robotish, but it just seems so inorganic. It just seems so inorganic. Okay, so now we go to Sheree is at home in her own home gym, and Sonya comes over to work out together. They are working out. Sheree got on these tights again. And it's so crazy because I was talking about these tights with my boyfriend the other day. We was in Publix and we seen this. It's on multiple occasions. I see girls with these certain type of tights on it. And I don't know what it is about the tights. It's just the tights make the cheeks just flap in a way. It makes the booty look bigger than what it is sometimes. So, and girls never wear underwear with them. I don't know what this vibe is. One time I was getting my brows threaded before my birthday in March, and this girl was in there with him on with her boyfriend, and it's just the cheeks be just flapping everywhere. It's hard to not even Okay, but and then I was at the grocery store one day, and it was like a girl at the same time. I don't know what is in these. I've seen the tights on Amazon. I just don't know what is in these tights to make the booty look the way it does, but it's just the girls are wearing them. The girls are wearing them. So I guess that's the same type of effect that Sheree has in her tights. But it's just like, okay. All right. Okay. She know what she doing. We get there, they're working out. Sonya was just like, can I get, this booty that you have by Saturday? They're laughing, they're working out. Then we end up meeting Courtney. Why we have to meet Courtney? I don't know. I don't know why we have to meet Courtney, but we meet Courtney. She comes in, she comes off strong from the very beginning. As soon as Sheree opened the door, she came off strong. Courtney said she have this issue with Candy. Of course she has this issue with Candy. She has this issue with Candy when they're all sitting down. She explains. What I got from her when she was sitting down is she heard that Candy was checking for her because she thought that Courtney was implying that they were friends, and they were not friends. That's what I got from what she said to Sheree. It still made no sense. It's still like the point that she was trying to make of even bringing it up made no sense. So we just clearly see this is your entry way to the show. Okay. So Sheree said Candy has a lot of time on her hands when it comes to these skits, and I just thought that was so funny when, Candy's whole thing every time she talks and every time she's on her confessional is that she don't have enough time. But she clearly, do have enough time to do her YouTube and her skits and all that. But she said the only thing Candy has time for is eating and sucking. I said, whoa, Sheree. I said, whoa. Y'all going there. Episode 1. Y'all, it's reading, ain't y'all? Episode 1. This is what I'm living for. This is what I live for. This is the pettiness and the not fighting words, but this is the words, the pettiness, the confessional. Like, I don't really even know how to explain, but this is the cattiness that we are looking for in these Housewives reality TV franchise. And the girls just don't have it like that on these other franchises and these other reality shows, i.e., these Carlos King reality shows of this Love and Marriage Huntsville. They don't have it. They want this, but they don't have this. They don't have it. So, they do not have it. Everybody is now preparing for, the party Sonya is throwing for her husband. Everybody's preparing. Marlo is getting ready with her stylist. Sonya is getting ready with her stylist. I seen Kenya and Brooklyn. Brooklyn is so cute. I ended up seeing her at the mall one day when I was in Saks, and Kenya was shopping, and she was like, hey. I was like, hey. And Kenya looked back at me, and then she just started to back around and say anything, and I was like, oh, Brooklyn said hey to me. That's so crazy. So crazy. So, yes, Brooklyn is so cute. And she was like, twirl, what did she say? Gone with the Wind or twirl, or in Brooklyn did a twirl. I thought it was so cute. So cute. Brooklyn is so cute. I'm so glad they back showing her face, because Brooklyn is a beautiful little girl, and she's so smart, and it's just beautiful. So you see Candy and Ty getting ready. Candy make this joke about Ty looking like a pimp. She was like, you don't want to do that because Marlon gonna try to get the job. he say ha 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 ha. And yeah, so majority that what it was. Everybody arrived. Mayetta and her husband be looking so funny. Mayetta, not so much, but her husband just be looking so funny to me. It's not because he Caucasian. It just seems like he just don't be like fitting sometimes in the scenario and the scene. Like I just be like, where did he come from? But whatever. But everybody looked nice. I didn't think anybody looked bad. Everybody looked very nice. Marlo looked cute. Candy looked cute. Can you look cool? Can you look cool? Can you look cool? We get to the party. Ralph is there. He's getting out. I said, "Oh, okay, okay, Ralph, you here? Where's Drew? Nowhere. Drew don't even have scenes at this point. What was going on? Like, I would want to know. Like, this girl don't even have a confessional. Nothing. We don't see Drew at all this first episode. So I was just like, that was so weird. So he said that Drew is so it was a lot of excuses at first. First he said Drew wasn't there. I think he said Drew wasn't there because first, okay, it was a family crisis and it was something with her dad she had going on, I think. He said like two more other excuses though before he said that. And I'm just like, which one is it? Well, whatever. So Courtney explains how her and, Ralph are real cousins. Courtney is giving me real Tammy. I don't know what season that was, but remember when they went to Miami and Tammy invited her nephew and Portia and Kenya was doing all that? She giving me Tammy vibes. It's just like, girl, why you here? You like a little nab. Like, girl, what are you doing? Who put you on here, girl? Who asked you to be a part of this? Courtney, baby. Sweetie. No. No. So, Ross and Sonya make an entrance. Say they is just cool as a cucumber. It wasn't me, or did Todd say that he is more of a hookah dude when they was doing the cigars? I can't really remember who he was doing the cigars with. I don't know if it was Ralph or Ross, but he said something about he's a hookah type of dude. I just thought that was hilarious. I ain't even gonna elaborate on why I thought that was hilarious, but I just thought that was hilarious just to know that Todd is a hookah man. Mm-mm. So, the girl Courtney is talking to Marlo about the situation, and Marlo is saying to her, "Well, you need to talk to her about that. You need to talk to her about that." She says she's glad that this has nothing to do with her. So, whatever. So we get there, and Courtney is approaching Candy, and I don't know how Sonya got inserted, but it got to the point that we were confronting Candy about it. So she's like talking over Candy, neck just rolling, bucking this whole time. So it's just like, girl, she was doing a lot. But when you could see, I don't know if y'all peep, but y'all gotta see how Todd be in the back, like creeping, ready for like Candy to attack so he can walk up there and just like, stop the madness before his wife get crazy, because he know it can turn real south real fast. So it was pointless. Like, I was just even mad that Candy was even that upset. Like, girl, like you can tell this girl is looking like a pygmy. She's looking like a Deborah off of Potomac. She's giving that vibe. So why you even let this girl get you upset, Candy? Like, I can't even remember what the fight was about at the very... Like, I guess it was about the same, thing I said before, but it was just, like, pointless. Like, what are we going back and forth about? Whatever. So, Marlo, the funniest part of that is Marlo peeping around her shoulder, like, that has to be my thumbnail for this video. That was the funniest ever. Like, that shit was hilarious. Marlo knows she's funny. Marlo is, I think, don't shoot me when I say this, but I think Marlo has the potential to be the next Nene. I know it's a lot more she has to do. I know I said, sometimes it be feeling, kind of, scripted, robotic when it comes with the boys, but Marlo is funny as hell. Marlo is gonna get breezed, and she's funny as hell. So that's all I got, y'all. That's all I got. But I am excited for this season. It's gonna be so exciting, like this journey with Real Housewives of Atlanta. This will be my first time reviewing it, even ever, since I've been new to YouTube. So comments, if you are watching this all the way through, comment at the bottom. Let's conversate in the, chat, in the comments. Let's talk. I love to talk to people. Like the video, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can be notified whenever a new video drop. Until next Housewives Sunday. Until next Housewives Sunday.